बीएपीएस स्वामीनारायण संस्था एक भक्ति संप्रदाय है और जो हिंदू धर्म उनके जो मुख्य जो कोर बिलीफ्स है वो सब स्वामीनारायण संप्रदाय की कोर बिलीफ्स है। वो कोई अलग धर्म नहीं है मगर हिंदू धर्म का रिफाइंड फॉर्म है। हम सोच सकते हैं कि भगवान की भक्ति और भगवान के पास सबको जाना है, मगर आपके मन की, तन की और अंतर की शुद्धि करके ही हम भगवान के पास पहुंच सकते हैं। So one of the major beliefs is that religion is not something that we talk about, something that we fight about. Religion is something that we live about. हमारी लाइफ अच्छी करके भगवान के पास जाना है तो माध्यम अच्छे, सच्चे और ब्रह्मनिष्ठ गुरु की ज़रूरत है। तो गुरु द्वारा भगवान के पास पहुंचना और जो हमारी फिलॉसफी है, तो फिलॉसफी क्या है? तो सनातन हिंदू धर्म में जो लिखा है, भक्त सहित भगवान की उपासना। कृष्ण भगवान तो है मगर राधा कृष्ण वो एक हमारी उपासना है। शिव पार्वती जैसे भक्त और भगवान, लक्ष्मी नारायण भक्त और भगवान, और सीताराम भक्त और भगवान, वैसे ही अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम जो अक्षर है वो आदर्श भक्त है और पुरुषोत्तम वो भगवान स्वामीनारायण है। सो भक्त और भगवान की फिलॉसफी के द्वारा वी एक्चुअली प्योरीफाई आवर माइंड्स, have religion in our daily lives, and the main concept for purity of life is, which is very simple, not just morals but ethical concept, is that vegetarian, no stealing, no abusing, being humble, being pure in mind and body, and then performing devotion and satsang. Around this, BAPS Sanstha has flourished. It does not have to promote, it is the core belief. भगवान स्वामीनारायण के समय में ही जब भगवान स्वामीनारायण बड़े बड़े कोई गवर्नर हो और कोई अन्य धार्मिक गुरु हो जिसको भी मिलते थे तो वो बहुत सरप्राइज हो जाते थे कि भगवान स्वामीनारायण के आजू बाजू सब धर्म के लोग थे, क्योंकि उन्होंने स्वामीनारायण धर्म में ये देखा कि जीवन अपना अच्छा, स्वच्छ और उनके परिवर्तन हो जाता था। तो वैसे भगवान स्वामीनारायण ने वैष्णव और शिव उनकी भी संवादिता की बात बताई है। भगवान स्वामीनारायण ने बताया है क्यों कि सबके वहाँ से जो अच्छा है वो हम अपना सकते हैं और आगे बढ़ सकते हैं। योगी जी महाराज जो हमारे गुरु परंपरा में थे, उन्होंने बताया था जे मारू एज सारू नहीं पण सारू ए मारू, that what you have is the best. That's not the way we should speak. That would be arrogant. But whatever that is good in everyone or in any place or in any philosophy, let that be mine and we should progress. So जो हार्मनी की बात है वो तो प्राइम उसका फाउंडेशन है। वो सिर्फ संप्रदायों में हार्मनी होनी चाहिए और धर्म में भी हार्मनी होनी चाहिए, देशों में भी हार्मनी होनी चाहिए। इसकी वजह से आप देख सकते हो कि नात जात और कोई भी भेदभाव बिना स्वामीनारायण संप्रदाय और हमारे सब गुरुजनों सबकी सेवा की है। तो that is the way that we move ahead. And recently the classic example is the BAPS Hindu Mandir in Abu Dhabi, which is bringing everybody together. It is actually bringing countries, cultures, religions and people together. So harmony is a very important, integral part of BAPS. All the great mandirs you see, more than 1200, and the huge akshardhams, the one in Gandhinagar, the one in Delhi, the one that has just come up in Robbinsville, New Jersey, they are all abodes of ancient art and architecture and authentic art and architecture. And you can see that, imagine 7,000 craftsmen carving. Is that not a regeneration of art? जब भी आप ऐसा अच्छा काम करते हैं इस युग में, तो हम सोच सकते हैं कि इट्स द बिगेस्ट कंट्रीब्यूशन यू कैन गिव. यू आर गिविंग लाइफ टू आर्ट. देखो इस दुनिया में एक्सकेवेशन के लिए कितना रिसोर्सेस countries or institutions or international organizations are pumping in. If you find something of the past, excavation के लिए archaeological departments come in. और वैसे ही excavation करके बाद हम restoration में कितनी energy डालते हैं. कोई भी पुराना आर्ट हो तो उसके लिए कितनी energy और resources रखते हैं. तो जैसा excavation is important, restoration is important, then preservation, heritage buildings, heritage sites, preservation के लिए भी कितनी energy रखते हैं. मगर रीजेनरेशन का क्या? हाँ, नई मूर्तियां बनानी, नई आर्ट पत्थर में करना, रीजेनरेशन का क्या? BAPS इज फोकसिंग ऑन रीजेनरेशन. ये मंदिर है तो RCC के भी मंदिर हो सकते हैं, वो भी अच्छे हैं, सच्चे हैं, जिसकी जितनी शक्ति वो से कर सकते हैं. मगर कला, कौशल्य, उसमें ऑथेंटिक स्कल्पचर्स, ऑथेंटिक डिज़ाइंस वैसे कार्व करके के हम जो बताते हैं, तो 3-4 साल मंदिर बनाने में लगते हैं, ये बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी बन जाती है. तो ये रीजेनरेशन ऑफ आर्ट है, वो भी बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है. I think every religion or any spiritual organization and every charitable organization will face similar challenges everywhere. As time changes, people's mind change, the world modernizes, and as we move ahead, every organization has to evolve. And we believe that in this age of information or super saturated information, to be able to actually follow truth, to be able to actually support truth and find the right path and the mindset for the world will be a future challenge for every organization. इतनी इंफॉर्मेशन में सत्य क्या है? तो सत्य आधारित जो संस्था चलती है, तो इनके लिए सबको एक होकर इसकी बात आगे बढ़ानी चाहिए. सत्य पर based on truth is the only way forward, and that will always remain challenging for every organization as time changes and as information evolves. I think the greatest secret for young people ये है, if you give youth advice, they'll run away. But if you give youth a vision, they'll capture it. These are the famous words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was very close to us and also to me. And we've had long discussions. And he was very happy that BAPS Sanstha is a very young organization, not by just chronology age, but by the sheer number of youth who have participated. And all the youths are participating because we have regular youth assemblies, we have a huge volunteer force where all the youth energy is being used for social purposes, whether it is during calamities, whether it's flood, famines, earthquakes, tsunamis. Recently, even during the Ukraine war, our Prime Minister, requested BAPS to send their volunteers. Volunteers from almost 11 countries went and they served. So as long as there is an outlet for serving, volunteers and young people will always join, because the youth want purpose and the youth want not just words, but they want a vision and they want action. And that's what BAPS has been providing. And because of our youth centers, through the guidance of our spiritual guru and the great sadhus, the morality of the youth is always nourished. So it's not just about action without ethics, it's about a huge depth of moral values where the youth are upright, honest, hardworking, persevering, and who also want to contribute to society. ऐसे youth को भी BAPS साहजिकता से अट्रैक्ट होते हैं, क्योंकि उसके लिए कुछ फील्ड है, कुछ करने की एक ताकत है, और करके भी दुनिया में कुछ और अलग कर सकते हैं, अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं. Everybody wants to do good, and that's the platform we have provided. The significance of BAPS Mandir, first I have said, is for spiritual development of every visitor who comes or participates. And more than just spiritual development, there is also social development where people come with families. When families unite, people become happier. Then there is also the community development, because BAPS Mandirs are also hubs of humanitarian activities. सो जो एक्टिविटीज़ है, जब भी एग्ज़ाम का समय आता है तो स्टूडेंट्स को टेंशन ऑफ एग्ज़ाम्स कब कैसे कम हो सकता है, हाउ टू प्रिपेयर, हाउ टू बी हैप्पी, इवन रिज़ल्ट के टाइम में जो आया हो कैसा हम स्वीकार कर सकते हैं, हाउ नॉट टू फील गिल्टी, वैसे छोटे छोटे वर्क भी लेते हैं, कल्चर के भी वर्क लेते हैं. सो यू कैन सी द BAPS मंदिर्स आर, they are also spiritual centers, but at the same time social centers, community centers, and also centers of humanitarian activities where everybody can develop. So at the center Mandir, we have centers for children, centers for women, centers for youth, centers for teenagers. All these assemblies, they continue across the world in thousands. So that is a regular development of life, right from the birth to the elderly senior citizens. Every stage of your life is attended to by BAPS values. All the regular festivals of the Hindu belief are celebrated by BAPS, and whether it is Ram Navami or Krishna Janmashtami or Shivratri, Diwali, Holi. So all these festivals are celebrated with great enthusiasm by all the devotees, and then those specific BAPS festivals would also be the birth of our gurus. So those are also celebrated, and there is also sometimes when we have a special commemoration for some big important historic events, like recently when we had the festival of celebrating the centenary of Pramukh Swami Maharaj, our guru, and who was connected to everybody across the world. More than 12 million people visited the festival, and it was managed by 80,000 volunteers. It was spread in around 600 acres of land, which was completely developed by volunteers. So when we have such huge festivals, then again everybody gathers. Otherwise, all regular festivals that we as Hindus celebrate are celebrated at our temples. Every new development changes our life. Every new invention changes our life. The moment Thomas Alva Edison invented the light bulb, we suddenly started having nightlife. So our waking times changed, sleeping times changed, working times changed. Every new invention changes our life. When the computer was involved, we started carrying the office wherever we went. Now in the mobile, with smartphones, it has become our identity. So you can understand, it's become almost like a library or our point of connectivity to the world. So when AI comes in, which it is going to, and I don't think anybody can stop any new development. But how do we adapt around it? That's most important. That's the question we should ask. Of course, so many jobs as we so do, the hard crunching jobs will be actually taken over by machines and will be taken over by different situations. But I personally believe in the human spirit, where we have always adapted it and found something better to do, something else to do. So I believe AI will be of use to the human being as long as human beings do not abuse AI. I think it's a very critical thing that I'm saying as well. If we have a certain group of human beings, or maybe they may be mega corporations, maybe countries, or maybe leaders with different propensities, maybe terrorist organizations, if they start using it for the wrong purpose, manipulating the human mind, taking away the human spirit of freedom, and when that happens, then it's going to affect us negatively. Like every invention, like the fire, it can give you warmth, it can help you cook, but if it's abused, it can completely incinerate life and civilization. It can generate conflagration which we can't put out. So I believe we are once again experimenting with fire. But because human spirit had the power to control fire, to use it right, I am a great believer in the grace of God and also the spirit of good human beings, which will always prevail upon and help us make a better life by using whatever inventions that come forth from AI for the benefit of the human being, the human family, and humanity.